Hey there. For those of you who are interested in extra credit for science, so if you have a C, a D, or an F in science and you would like some extra credit to help boost up that grade before the end of the semester, this option is for you. All right, if you already have an A or a B, you do not need to worry about doing this project, okay, because you already have your good grade. But if you are struggling in science for some reason, maybe you missed an assignment, maybe you feel like you really didn't do good on the test and you just want to be sure, any of those reasons, you are welcome to do this assignment, okay? So here are the directions for your extra credit option. This is called the life cycle poster, and I will post this PDF in the Moodle today, so you can download it and you can reread it on your own to make sure that you're really following all of the directions, okay? So our life cycle poster, it says, suppose that you are a graphic artist. A graphic artist is someone who creates artistic representations with pictures and images, okay? So suppose that you are a graphic artist who is about to interview with a company that sells materials to schools. Your job would be to design a poster of an organism's life cycle that will convince the leaders of the organization to hire you. Okay, so you're pretending that you are a graphic artist and you need to come to your interview for a job with a poster that shows off your graphic artist skills. Okay, and how you're going to do that is you're going to make a poster of an organism's life cycle. Okay, and it says that you're convincing them to hire you. So that means you're going to do your very best work of art. Okay, here are the guidelines for your life cycle poster. You can see them right here in the box. It says life cycle poster guidelines. 1, choose an organism that we did not study in chapter 2. Okay, that we have not talked about yet this year. Some examples might be a butterfly, a pine tree, an earthworm, or maybe a different kind of fish other than a salmon. Research this organism. Okay, that means to go online and look or use books and look up the different stages in its life cycle. Then you're going to draw, not you're going to copy and paste. Okay, this is not using Google Slides. This is drawing. Okay, then you're going to draw illustrations of the life cycle on a big piece of poster board. Okay, like you do for your in-school presentations, like you did with fourth grade when you do a big poster. That's what you're going to make, okay? Not a itty-bitty poster. You're going to do a nice big poster. So you're going to research, well, you're going to pick an organism, then you're going to research that organism's life cycle. Then you need to illustrate the life cycle. So I should see a cycle on your board of that organism's life cycle, okay? And you need drawings. Then down here it says label at least 3 stages, at least 3. You can label more, but it needs to have at least 3 labels and add captions or short descriptions under each stage. So if the first stage was egg, then you need to tell me what's going on in that stage of life. That's the description or the short caption. Okay, don't just put egg. You need to tell me what's happening in that section of their life, okay, in that phase of life. Use a total of at least 4 of your vocabulary words from chapter 2. Okay, so go back and look in your book or look in your notes because I gave you all of the vocabulary at the beginning of chapter 2. Remember, we wrote those down. So go back in your notes. You need to find at least 4 vocab words and use them in your captions. Okay, so you're going to draw pictures of the cycle, then you're going to label your cycle, then you're going to say little short descriptions of what's happening in those cycles using at least 4 of your vocabulary words. Then you need to use the name of your organisms along with the word life cycle and create a nice title for your poster. Okay, so if you decide you're going to do the life cycle of an earthworm, then your title should say something like Earthworm Life Cycle or Life Cycle of an Earthworm. All right, something like that. So that I know when I look at your poster that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, and I know what the cycle is. Because if you don't tell me, I'm going to just guess. And I could guess wrong. Then it says document at the bottom right-hand poster at least 2 of the resources where you found your information. Okay, so don't just go and steal someone else's information offline. Remember, we've talked about that. We don't want to be plagiarists. We don't want to be plagiarists. We don't want to steal someone else's information. So while you're doing your research up in step 2, make sure you write down where you're finding your research. And remember, when we write an internet resource, we need the whole web address, whatever that is, not just Wikipedia. Okay, Wikipedia is not a good source because anyone can add that information and they could be wrong or they could be right. So use a different source, not Wikipedia. But you need to write the address, and then you need to write the date that you did your research because internet sources change. So it could be that you did your research on December 10th, and then when I go to read it on December 14th, they've updated the website and it's different. Okay, so you need to put the internet address, that's what appears up in your search bar, like up here. Okay, and then you need to put the date that you did your research. That's how you list your resource. Now, if you did a book, then you would name the title of the book, the author, and the date that it was published. Okay, that information needs to be in the bottom right-hand corner of your poster, nice and clear so that I can read it. Okay, your poster is due on Monday. So let me write that on here. Monday, December 14th by 10 p.m. Okay, I will not take it after that time. Okay, so Monday, December 14th at 10 p.m. If it is after 10 p.m., it does not count. If it is on Tuesday, it does not count. So Monday, December 14th by 10 p.m. Why is it necessary to have it at that time? Is because we are almost at the end of the semester and I have to get grades in. So I need time to grade your work. Okay, so that's when your extra credit is due. Now, remember to be creative, colorful, thorough, neat. Okay, it needs to be neat and nice. If I open it up and it looks like a second grader did it, you will not be getting good points. Okay, remember the future of your career, your pretend career, may depend on it. Okay, now let's look together at how I'm going to be grading this so we're all on the same page and we all understand how this works. When I open up your picture of your poster, this is how I'm going to grade it. I'm going to use this scale. If I circle 4, that means it was exemplary. That means it was a better than I expected. Okay, it was beyond a material. Okay, that's great. 3, satisfactory. Means you did good, you did what I expected you to do, but you didn't go above and beyond. Okay, you just did good. Satisfactory. Number 2, needs improvement. And number 1, unsatisfactory, means you did not do what was asked of you. So I'm going to look at each of these things. Drew an interesting and understandable life cycle of an organism that was not in chapter 2. So I am going to look at your drawing of your cycle, and I'm going to give you a rating, 4, 3, 2, or 1. Then I'm going to look, and it says included at least 3 stages in the life cycle. Each were clearly labeled. Okay, I'm going to look again, and I'm going to give you a score on that. Okay, so the first one, I'm looking at your cycle to make sure that it looks nice and neat and understandable. Then I'm going to make sure that you have at least 3, but you can do more phases in the life cycle. Then I'm going to check and see, did you write a descriptive caption that included at least 4 of the vocabulary words? Okay, and I'm going to give you a score on that. Then I'm going to say documented at least 2 sources of information and use poster board and titled it correctly. Okay, so you followed the directions in your presentation on your board and it looks nice and I can see where you got your information and you followed the directions for how to do your title and how to do your presentation. And then lastly, displayed neatness and creativity. Okay, now if you know that you are not a nice writer, okay, you know that your writing is sloppy, you can type things up and print them out and stick them on your poster board. Okay, that is okay, but it needs to be your words. I do not want to see exactly what you read on the internet. Okay, that's not okay. You need to be using your own words. So if you read about an earthworm and it says a whole lot of things in words that don't really make any sense to you, then those are not words that you should be using. Okay, you need to figure out what it means and then write it in a way that you would actually say it. Okay, that's really important because we don't want to just copy what someone else already did the work for. You need to do the work, and that means you need to use your brain to decipher what you're reading and then to put it back out in your own words. Okay, now I'm going to add all of those up. I'm going to put your name, I'm going to put the date, I'm going to put the name of your poster, and I'm going to put the grade that I gave you. And then I'm going to write some comments to you. Okay? So let's add this up. If we have 4 plus 4, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? So this gives you the opportunity to earn back 20 points, which is a big deal. If you missed an assignment, that could bring up your grade a lot. Okay, so you could get up to 20, but you could also get as low as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 extra credits not really going to help that much. That's why you always want to do your very best, neatest work. Okay, especially when you're trying to bring up a grade. Okay, so you will get somewhere between 5 and 20 points. Okay, and I would hope that those of you who are really needing this extra credit will make the most of the opportunity and aim to get those 20 points. Okay, so I look forward to seeing your life cycle poster. You can pick a different life cycle that's not up here, a different organism if you like. Okay, but you need to be clear in your title which organism that is so that I can go back and check your work. All right. All right, you have until Monday, December 14th. I will put a post in Science that says turn in life cycle poster extra credit. That is where you will turn it in, okay? It will be in Science. All right, and it will be due on Monday 14th at 10 p.m. All right, good luck, and I hope this helps you raise up your science grade. Talk to you later. Bye.